1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 19, he says, "For though I am free from all men," Paul understood that he was free. He was not bound by the laws of the Jews. He was understood that he was saved by grace through faith plus nothing. But he understands that in order for me to be effective in the areas that I'm in, I've got to compromise my freedom so that I might be able to win others. For though I am free from all men, I have made myself a slave to all. As a believer in Jesus Christ, I am free to do what I want to do, but what I want to do must not hinder the message of Jesus Christ. As I've said before, if I want to take a drink, I can take me a drink, but I'll drink at home. I don't drink, but if I wanted to take a drink, I'm going to take a drink at home because I am not going to allow my liberty to be a stumbling block to somebody else. For though I am free from all men, I have made myself a slave, a doulos to all. Do you understand that? We make ourselves slaves to all. Why? He says, so that I may win more. He says, he goes on to say, to the Jews I became a Jew, so that I might win the Jews. To those who are under the law, as under the law, though not being myself under the law, so that I might win those who are under the law. To those who are without law, as without law, though not being without the law of God, but under the law of Christ. Why? So that I might win those who are without law. To the weak I became weak, so that I might win the weak. Do you understand that Paul's whole mentality is to compromise his liberty so that he might win them to Christ? I wonder if we have that mentality this morning. I wonder in 2018 if the church has a win so that win mentality. He says, I became weak so that I might win the weak. I have become all things to all men so that I might by all means save some. Not going to win them all. All of them are not going to be converted by your lifestyle, but the intention is the heart. You should be able to, you should have a heart to be able to do whatever is necessary to win people to Jesus Christ. He says in verse 23, I do all things for the sake of the gospel. What are you willing to compromise for the sake of the gospel? What liberties do you have? Are you willing to not do just because of the gospel? To win some folk to Christ. Oh, I can't hang around those folk. Why? You used to be those folk. That used to be you. You can't hang out with them now. Oh, you got to the point now where you super holy and you can't hang out with folk who don't got it all together yet. To the Jews, he says, I became Jew. Listen, we got to get off our spiritual high horses, get out in the streets and reach people that are not coming into this church. We got to get out of here, church. It's good to come in here and worship and wave our hands and talk about how much we love Jesus. Listen, the expression of our love is how we love the unlovely. It says, I do all things for the sake of the gospel, so that I may become a fellow partaker of it. Of what? The gospel. Same gospel that Paul says I'm not ashamed of, for it is the power of God unto salvation to those that would believe. So Paul circumcises Timothy, knowing that Timothy not being circumcised could be a hindrance to him going into the synagogues. It could be a hindrance to the gospel message because Timothy is delivering the decrees which had been decided on by the apostles and elders who were in Jerusalem. So there's no hindrance now. Timothy is cool to do ministry. The Jews can't say, hey, listen, this guy's really not Jew, because now he is circumcised for the sake of the gospel. So verse 5 says, so the churches were being strengthened in the faith and were increasing in number daily. Listen, I understand that it's wonderful to be a part of a church, but listen, it needs to be the church that Christ is building. And the church that Christ is building is a growing church. If it is living, it should be growing. If you have a relationship with Jesus Christ, you should be growing in your faith. You should not remain the same spiritually. And as we commit ourselves to God and commit ourselves to sharing the gospel, we see a great expression this morning when we do baptism, and that shows that God is still working among his people. There is still growth taking place. And you know, when I was in Africa, I spoke with a brother, one of my pastor brothers yesterday, and I asked him how the church was going, and he says, well, the church is going well. And he pastors a small church, maybe less than 20 people or so. And in Africa, they are so enamored with big. You know, they'll go on the internet and they'll see the church and they say, wow, you have a big church. And so they're real. And in fact, in America, everybody's growing to get big. Everybody wants to be mega. Listen, I'm not concerned about having a whole bunch of people filling the pews. What I am concerned about is having folk who are disciples of Jesus Christ, who are willing to make themselves slaves so that they might win more. So in Africa, they say, you have big churches, and there are introductions, and they would introduce me, and part of the introduction, he pastors a big church. That's what they said. And so I finally got a little frustrated and said, listen, to these little village pastors that have 6, 7 people, listen, you be faithful to give those people everything that you got. Don't worry about the numbers. You worry about the depth of what you can give these people. There are big churches that are so shallow because we're concerned about not sharing the truth because it might be offensive to some people. verses 1 through 5, the decree is delivered. Secondly, I want you to see that the Spirit directed. This is very, very interesting. It says, of course, these churches were being strengthened in the faith, and they were increasing in numbers daily. In fact, that's what happened at the very beginning. In Acts chapter 2, verse 42, it says, as they continue steadfast in the apostles' doctrine and prayer and breaking of bread, fellowship, koinonia, and prayer, and it says, and the Lord added daily to the church those that were being saved. Listen, if we take care of his business, he will take care of our business. It says, and they passed through Persian and Galatian region, having been forbidden by the Holy Spirit to speak in Asia. That's the Roman, the province of Rome, not Asia like in China. But I want you to highlight the fact that having been forbidden by the Holy Spirit to speak the word in Asia. Does that not rub you the wrong way? Why would the Spirit of God prevent Paul from speaking the word of God in a particular area? Y'all ready for this? I don't know. I have no idea. But the Spirit is, listen, the Spirit can do what the Spirit wants to do, and the Spirit does not have to get my approval to do it. You know, Spirit of God is God. We have the Spirit of God in us that speaks to us, and sometimes, listen, the Spirit of God will direct us to do stuff, and it just does not make sense. Amen? Coming here didn't make sense. When I was in Tennessee, to leave Tennessee to go to Texas, it didn't make sense. But the song goes on to say, and you'll understand it better by and by. But one of the things that I want you to be mindful as we look at this particular section is you have to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. You have to know his voice in order for you to discern what he is actually telling you. Amen. Folk want to hear from God, but you don't want to hear from God until you want something. If you're in constant fellowship with God, if you're in constant communion with God, you hear his voice. John 10 says, my sheep hear my voice. Amen. And the stranger, they don't follow. Listen, there are times in life when you have to make decisions and you just need to be sensitive to the Holy Spirit. The Spirit of God, what are you telling me to do? And sometimes he's saying, just wait. Just be still and know that I am God. You don't got to do something all the time. Just be still and listen to the voice of God. One of the other things that is good for us to practice regularly is fasting. When you have a deep spiritual need to hear the voice of God, you fast to put off of the physical body for greater spiritual needs, that you might hear the voice of God and get direction for life. And sometimes it's just a matter of weighing the pros and the cons. He says, they passed through the Persian and Galatian region, having been forbidden by the Holy Spirit to speak the word in Asia. You know, we support missionaries in Africa, and you know, recently I had a young man who's been really, he needs help. He's a pastor in Africa. But listen, sometimes you can't help everybody. You don't have the resources to help everybody. Does anybody understand what I'm saying? Every person that comes to you, you don't necessarily have to help them, but you need to be in relationship with God, understanding the voice of God to know when to do whatever he tells you to do. Does that make sense? Every person that's carrying a sign that says, I need help, you don't necessarily need to help them. When do you help? When the Spirit of God tells you to help. Do you see how important it is to be in fellowship with God and have a relationship with God to know what to do? I shared before, some years ago, I took this homeless guy to my house. I wouldn't listen, I wouldn't advise any of you all to do that. But I know at that time, when I was having an argument with myself, the Spirit of God told me to take him to your house, your new house. And I took him to my house, and all along I'm arguing with myself, saying, man, what are you doing? And so I took him in and I said, I'm going to let you go ahead and take your shower. And so he went, I shared this before, he went to reach for his bag, and I was about ready.